Okay. Damn it. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
You forgot to hold it.
Okay.
There we go.
There we go.
All right, guys. Hey, guys, it's your girl and her girl.
Oh, it's echoing.
Oh, here. Okay, there we go.
Bro, what the heck?
I have the magic touch. So, first of all, we want to thank all of our subscribers for being subscribers. We want to thank you all for being here and supporting us, and thank you for being alive. We are so proud of you for all of your accomplishments, no matter how big or how small, because it is all very important. So, don't forget that.
Oh, damn. Who the heck is that?
An old friend. Hold on, guys, I'm reading something. And now I'm responding, so hold on. Okay. So let's see. Today I did a podcast. We try to do it every Sunday. It's called Restacular, and it's from here in Montana. And we talk about all kinds of random things, but most of it is very not appropriate. So, yeah. But you should check it out. Let's see.
Okay, let's talk about the what's going on right now. Okay, so there was I remember this one clip I saw on TikTok. It was something that Trump had said, and it was a response to someone asking about World War III. Funniest response I have ever heard. So unserious response. Hard pass. I don't think so. I don't feel it. I'm really not feeling World War III. Like, we have enough going on.
Like, can we just skip that?
Let's skip that. And then we end up bombing Iran. And I don't feel like
There is
not
no
we.
we. I wasn't doing it.
He ends up bombing Iran, and I get why, because, but at the same time, you didn't want a war, but then you proceed to do that, which I would expect them to respond back. If I was in Iran, I would be like, yeah, like with the book. You wouldn't like to just be bombed, and everybody's like panicking. They're like, we're doomed, and then they're like making fun. This generation is so unserious. I swear, these TikTokers that are like, Iran, please don't do anything to us. You can have them. Just leave us alone. We didn't do anything. We're just citizens. Please leave us be.
Well, like when they say things like, your military and your citizens are
All targets.
targets. For anybody that lives in Iran that might watch this and feels that way, I get it. I get it. You know, I mean, hey, it is what it is. But you do realize that there's a lot of us who didn't have any say in that happening. I went at the time that it happened. I shit you not. I was sitting in my living room on my couch working on Diamond Dogs and watching wrestling. I didn't hear about it until later on in the afternoon, and it was already done. So I had no say. I would honestly tell
I
you
feel
the
like we should
truth.
ask the public before we do things like that. Like, hey guys,
Like, the truth is, if I was asked, what are your opinions on us bombing Iran?
no.
I would have said, I believe that there are much more peaceful ways to handle this. That is not it, because poor Billy was sitting in his living room celebrating his 3rd birthday, and mom and dad decided to order from America some Paw Patrol shit because he found Paw Patrol on YouTube and was like, hell yeah, this is cool. And so he was super excited, celebrating his 3rd birthday with Paw Patrol, and mom and dad and everybody around, and all of a sudden, boom, dead. I wouldn't recommend it. That's not a good idea. Not only is it not a good idea for poor Billy, but think about the people that you're putting in jeopardy that are also innocent.
And
Now
you're
you've made
supposed
us
to
a
be
target, and it's like, I didn't fucking do
protecting,
anything.
exactly. And yes, I mean, if you think that that was a good way to protect it, was not.
Violence is not
Violence
the
is not
answer.
the answer. And I will joke about it all the time. I'll be like, sometimes violence is the answer. But in reality, it doesn't do any good. If some, like, for the long run, you have to think about the long run outcomes of this. Yes, it stopped something right then and there because now they don't have enough, as much resources as they had before. But that doesn't stop them from making more.
Yep.
And then we're fucked because of what? A dispute that could be handled in a more peaceful way. We need to be president. Guys, what are we doing?
I mean, I understand that a lot of times it shouldn't have, there should have never even been a World War I.
No.
We should have all decided that we are different. Each and every one of us is different. We live a different life, we choose different things, and although we might find kindred souls and similarities in other people, we are also individual people. We choose different things, we do different things, we experience different things, and the way we handle all of them is different. We don't need to go to war just to prove that, but and if anybody's like, well, we tried peaceful talking, it's like, did you try peaceful talking, or were you a fucking dick about it? Did you point out every single fucking flaw and go, well, this doesn't work, and that doesn't work, and you shouldn't be doing that, and you shouldn't be doing that, and this, and then. And they're like, okay, well, you know what, fuck you, fuck this, let's just pop, pop, pop. And now we're at war. It's like, well, you didn't have to say all that negative shit, like, for fucking real. You could have just been like, okay, well, you know what? If these are the kinds of things you're going to do, we don't want that here. And so if you choose to bring that here, we are going to have to find ways to correct that, because that's not something we want here. And then if they push it, isn't that what jail and prison's for?
Exactly.
Think of all the innocent lives put at risk. Not just, I mean, you have the people who make the bad choices, but then you have the innocent ones, including family members who are going, I didn't tell him to wake up today and go do a Boston shooting. I didn't wake up today and say, hey kid, I want you to go to this gay pride concert thing that's going on. They're going to be just dancing around, having a good time, and I want you to just shoot your gun into the middle of the crowd and just kill as many people as you can. No, sorry, we didn't tell them to go do that. That was something that snapped in their brain, and they made that choice. And yes, people are going to pay the price, and that really sucks because it's innocent people. But you have to think about the fact that everybody that's on the outskirts of the person that made the choice is innocent.
Yeah.
Unless you can prove that they had a part in the situation or were an accomplice, you are putting innocent lives at risk. So for this example, for what happened with Iran, a choice was made that killed innocent people who weren't involved in the ones that are trying to go against us. Because, yeah, there's people that are chanting, yeah, do that, take out America, yeah, do that. And then you have others going, not a good idea, not a good idea. There should be another way to handle this. But then they end up the ones dying as well because they just happen to live there. And so now a bunch of us could potentially be at risk because a choice was made that affects all of us, and they're going, oh, so you want to attack our innocence? Well, we're going to attack your innocence. How does that sound? And for what? Honestly.
It's like where you guys are, you have to be an adult to be in that line of work. And at that point, you should be able to process and realize how incredibly stupid that decision was. And I'm going to be blank with it. That was a stupid decision.
Some people might say that we don't know what we're talking about. We
And
don't
really,
understand.
I don't look into politics often, but realistically, war is never a good option. Bombing and threatening, that's never a good option. If you cannot handle discussing it in an adult manner because you are an adult, you shouldn't be in that line of work. If your first thought is like, hey, the best way to get rid of this is say, let's just bomb them. Is that really good?
Take steps. Communicate, talk, negotiate, find common ground first. And there's always other steps. War and bombing should be the very last option. But this goes to prove just how much hatred there is in the world for other people who are different. It's like they want everyone to be exactly the same. They want it to be like those movies where it starts, where it's showing you how life is currently, and then what life would be like if everything was the same, and everybody wakes up, the women wake up at a certain time, and they have their hair all done just, and the makeup on, and the clothes looking good, and they got the house cleaned up, and breakfast cooked, and the man gets up, and he puts on his suit, sits there in his newspaper with his orange juice and his breakfast, and he grabs his briefcase and kisses his honey goodbye, and tells the kids to be good and have good manners, and then all you see is a street line of men coming out of their house all wearing the same exact suit with the same exact briefcase, getting in the same exact car to go to the same exact job to do the same exact thing. Doesn't that sound fucking boring as fuck?
Exactly.
Everybody doing the exact same
And I
thing,
forgot
all
what
looking
it's
exactly
called,
the same.
but there's a label for that, but I don't remember what it is.
I don't know either. And
But it's everybody being the exact same. It's like there's no, yes, everything's equal, everything's exact, everybody's the same. No. You just said you have to finish talking.
we were all made to be unique and to be different.
Exactly. And in my opinion, that's just like dehumanizing in a way because no one gets to be different. You're not allowed to have outside thoughts, outside opinions, be different. And I feel like that's what makes everybody that makes you a person is your ability to be different, to stand out and do something on your own and your own unique creativity.
Exactly. I mean, I'm against murderers, I'm against rapists, I'm against pedophiles, I'm against thieves, I'm against liars. Because all those things are negative, horrible, not good things. And those are things that, I mean, if you're a liar and a thief, you have, in my opinion, a chance to do better. Find you a job that caters. If you want to be a liar, go be a lawyer. Literally, go be a goddamn lawyer because for lawyers and attorneys, you could hate rapists, like fucking hate them.
But you have to find somebody.
But if they hire your ass, exactly, if they hire your ass to get them out of it, it doesn't matter if you find everything possible stating they are guilty. Your job is to prove them innocent. So go be a lawyer if you want to be a liar. If you want to be a thief, go find a job that caters to that.
Which is why when anybody brought up me being a lawyer, it's like I couldn't do that. Realistically, I could not lie, knowing like if I really truly felt that they were guilty, I couldn't stand there and let them breathe. Especially if it's something bad. If it's something stupid like they stole something or got tickets, like that's not a big deal. But rape, murder, things like
That's
that.
why pedophilia, those are things that for me are
I wouldn't let
unforgivable.
it. I have to drop your case. You gotta find a new lawyer.
You need to find a new lawyer. Well, what if I offered you $1 million a day? Nope. Sorry. No, you guys need to go. Because taking a life is not okay. I get it. People hurt you. People hurt me. People hurt people all the time. I'm not going to go and kill them because they hurt me, and nor am I going to go after innocent people who had nothing to do with what happened to me. That's fucked up. It's like, well,
not fair.
my mom did this to me, so all women need to. No, not all women need to nothing.
That would be like if I said just because my dad was abusive that all men are bad and any guy I like around me is abusive, is manipulative, and I'm always out like they're always out to get me. No, you're playing victim then.
At that point,
And you are not a victim.
Are you still alive? I can't.
And I don't know why people want to be viewed as a victim. I wouldn't want to be. I don't want to be viewed as a victim of anything because I don't view myself as that. It's
No.
something that happened. It's something I made it through.
I was raped and I was abused physically, mentally, emotionally, sexually, all of it. And I could say, yeah, I'm a victim of all that. But guess what? No, the fuck I am not. I am not a victim. I'm a goddamn survivor because I'm still fucking sitting here. I am still getting to wake up every day and try my best to do better and be better and help others to do better and be better because everyone is capable of doing so until the day they die.
And if you always think of yourself as a victim and in that victim mentality, you will always feel negative about it and feel negative about yourself and feel like you're still in that situation and never be able to truly move forward until you realize that.
It's not easy
Yeah.
because you have that constant fear that it's going to happen again. That's never going to go away. But crying, well, I'm a victim of this, I'm a victim of that. It's like, no, you're not a victim anymore because you survived it. You are still here. You made it. Yeah, it fucking destroyed you. Definitely. It altered the way you view yourself, the way you view life, the way you view other people, the way you view the world in general. It has altered everything. However, you get to choose what you do with it.
Exactly.
I could have gone the same route as some women do and gone and been a whore on a corner with a pimp. And sometimes I joke about that shit because it's funny, belong on a corner, need a pimp. Okay, I make jokes. However, a lot of women that have turned to that were sexually abused.
To men.
So they turn to that because that's how they feel.
Like they're useful, and that's what they're supposed, like it's supposed.
I had that mentality. I didn't necessarily, okay, so what, maybe you could have called me a whore. Because for 4 years, at least, quite possibly a lot more than that, but after so many things went not the right way and was taken, I developed the mentality of, well, if that's all I'm fucking good for, then fine. And I would just look at people and be like, sup, you down? And if they were like, sure, dude, I did it. I'm not proud of it because I could have died. I could have gotten some kind of nasty disease that could never go away. A million things could have gone wrong with that choice. And so I worded as I pretty much fucked anybody that gave me the time of day because I lost the give a fuck for myself. I didn't care. And so, yeah, you could probably call me at that point in time a whore. That's what I felt my worth was. But then I realized that I'm fucking up my life because of how other people chose to treat me.
And you need to treat yourself better.
Exactly. I already got people treating me like shit. Why am I treating me like shit? I can do better than this. And I quit doing it. I got my shit together and ended up finding my first husband who saved me
Yes.
from killing myself by asking me out to a movie the day I was going to do it. And it was like a week after I had found out I was pregnant with my firstborn because I'm like, I'm fucking 18. My mind is fucked. I don't give a shit about nothing and no one. and now I have this. What the fuck? And because I believe in the man upstairs, I was literally screaming at him for hours. Like, I was off somewhere where I could do that without people looking at me like I was deranged. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? So first you put me through hell as a child. Then my entire life's been fucked. And now this? What the hell makes you think I can take care of a kid? I can't even take care of me. And so he saved my life, and he saved my baby's life, and I'm so grateful to him for that, because she wouldn't be here, and neither would I.
None of us
And
would.
she is now going to be 20 this year. She graduated high school. She went through her journey the way she needed to. And she's going through her journey the way she needs to. I can only hope that I gave her the best that I could, and that she always makes good choices. But she is also now an adult, and she needs to figure out life for herself. And so far, she's doing pretty good. I'm proud of her. So, there's that. My middle just turned 18. Yeah, she became a mom at a young age like I did, but she finished school with honors, got a scholarship, is going to college, getting ready to go to college. She's doing amazing, and she's a wonderful mom. And my youngest here, who does my girl, because she is my girl, she already has things going for her future. She's already got it lined out what she wants to do. She's already sent out the emails, got the phone calls. So all they're waiting for is for her to get through what she needs to education wise, and then they're like, call us back. And it's like, you haven't even started your fucking junior year, and you already have people going, yeah, when you graduate from that, call us back. Already. She's starting her junior year this year and already has her future and the things that she wants to accomplish lined up and waiting for her.
I have my backups too.
And backups.
And I'll say friend for this had made literally because we had planned on living together in the future out of high school so we could travel, and schools we would check out in different places depending on where we end up staying. Made a whole bulletin board. It's like over 100 pages. Both two different files. One was schools that you needed a fund for, like money, and schools that were scholarships. And schools for each of one of our careers that we wanted, because we were going to do it with a mutual friend as well. So it would be the three of us, maybe, would have been maybe the four of us. It's not happening now. But so I had backup plans too.
Yeah.
For if the career choice I want to get into doesn't work out. And
So, hey, you know
'cause
what?
that's good too. I love animals.
Hell yeah. I would have missed out on all that, and they wouldn't be here to do that. I wouldn't have had the kid that made me a grandma. I wouldn't have the kid that already has the future waiting for her to do her part to get there, and then they're like, sure, hey, we'll set you up. It's like, could you slow down?
Oh, I
Just
lied.
a
I have
little
3
bit.
backups. I have
And
tech schools
Ooh,
too.
and tech. So see, she's already going. And so if he hadn't saved me, I would have missed out on all 3 of their futures and what they're accomplishing. But he ended up being, I have a rule if you're in my life. Because I am still learning how to care about me, I say this: do what you want to me. It is what it is. But you hurt my kids, we're done. Don't. Just don't. And he became very physically and verbally abusive to them. He played mind games. He never backed me up if I had made a rule. Like if I said, no, they weren't good today, so they don't need anything from the store, he would turn around and get them the most expensive things he could afford. And I'm like, And this is why they don't listen to me, because they know all they have to do is just get daddy alone, and daddy's just gonna take care of it. And here comes mom looking like the mean bitch because she said no.
Or it was go ask your mom, and then just be like, go ask your dad. Go ask your mom.
Yeah, that game.
I said go ask your dad. Well, he said to ask you.
It's like,
And it's
you
like-
can give them an answer too. I'm not the only parent here.
And then it'll be like, she said no. And he's like, oh, well, it's fine. It's like, dude, you could have, what the fuck?
You're supposed to back me up and be like, well, your mom said no. That's simple. But he had to go. And then I thought we were going to be friends. At first, I didn't want to be because I was bitter and angry. But then I realized that I needed to be cohesive with him for the kids, because they didn't need to see any more toxic behavior between us. So I thought that's where we were at. Only to find out that that was not the case. He quit talking to me. Even if it was about the kids, the only way I found out what was going on was because they would call me and tell me. Or I'd be messaging them to find out how they were doing. So he had to go altogether in that aspect. And then he chose drugs over them, and we haven't seen or heard from him in 4 years. Don't know if he's alive. Don't know if he's okay. But it is what it is.
Because we were told by someone.
That he was wearing a suit, looking
It's like,
better than ever, and it's
I have
like,
never seen that man in a
I
suit.
doubt that.
Like, I have never in my 16 years of life seen that man in a suit. You could not get him in a suit. It was t-shirts and shorts most of the time. And they were
Unless he was
neon
in
and
his
bright.
security uniform.
Yeah, and it was a security
And it was always
uniform.
a nice dress shirt with all the stuff on it, and the logo, and slacks,
But yeah,
black slacks. So, and then I met my second husband, who in a lot of ways, was a much better father to these girls than their bio dad ever was. And my oldest, I know his first name, and I can tell you all about how that went down, but I don't know his last name, so finding him is not going to happen. But my younger two, their dad is my first ex-husband. So, my now ex-husband, he accepted him, and he's treated him so much better. The only thing that he had and still has a difficult time with, ironic wording there, because I'm going to use that word again, is time. He was 42 years a bachelor when I met him, so it was an immediate me and three. So he had to go from 42 years single, worrying just about himself and what he wanted and when he wanted it, to a woman and 3 kids. And despite the fact that we would have been together 10 years this year and married for 9 years yesterday, time was a very hard thing for him to give, because he felt like going to work and providing financially and making sure the home was livable and always running good was enough. And it's like, yes, those are, thank you. Those are great things and so very much appreciated. As a family, we learned how to do roof, we learned how to do floor. So, yes, fucking amazing. But there's more to it than that. Especially when you're raising girls. Boys, you can pretty much slap them on the ass and send them on their way, and they're happy with it. I mean, just make sure you feed them, because boys like food. Feed them, throw some video games their way, and they'll fucking call it good. Girls want a whole lot more than that. They want your attention. They want your time. They want you to talk to them. They want you to spend time with them doing something. So I was always pushing for that, but it was always a miss until there was a big blow-up fight about it. And then the very thing I was asking for would happen. And I'm like, why does it always have to get to this before this happens? Why can't we just do this? I'm not asking for much. And you guys, some people might say, well, it sounds like a lot, and it's like, not really. Think about this. On average, you work 5 days a week. On average. You have 2 days off. 1 day off, do whatever the fuck you want. You want to make repairs around the house? Go ahead. You want to mow the lawn? Go ahead. You want to go golf? Go ahead. You want to go hit the bar with the guys or watch a football game? Go for it. Go have fun. You have the whole 24 hours to do whatever you want. Thank you. And then your other day off, you have a family. So spend the time with them. And when I say spend time with them, I mean ask them, the kids especially, for me, fuck me, what do the kids want to do? So you look at the kids and you go, hey guys, so if we're talking about doing something that requires spending money, I'm going to tell you now, this is how much we have to work with. And you tell them what you have to work with. You tell them the parameters in which you're willing to go, like, okay, I'm not going to drive to Missoula in our case, or Kalispell, so it has to be something around town, or we can do either Missoula or Kalispell. This is what we can do there. You guys talk about it and figure out what you want to do and let them decide. Give them the budget and parts of the decision. Hello, Bella. And let them decide what it is that they want to do and then partake in that. And it's like, well, what if I don't like that? And it's like, it isn't about you. Okay, you had your day. You had your day to do whatever it is you wanted to do. This isn't about you and what you like. This is about what your kids like and what they're wanting to do. And I promise you this, if you are not a stuck up asshole, you will watch those kids doing the thing that they chose. And when you see those smiles, it should freaking be like a knife to the heart, man. Like, wow. And seeing how happy they are that you're there. And when I say there, I don't mean like I'm using my phone, but we'll pretend that this is my phone. Yeah, that was so cute. Yeah.
You know, I feel like that's like the prime kid moment. When
Yeah,
you're
that was
at
so
the
cool, honey.
McDonald's
Yeah, I saw that. That was
playground.
awesome. Yeah. No, I mean, there going, that was awesome. Yeah, do it again. Go ahead.
That
I'm
was always
watching.
me in the McDonald's playground. Every time I saw you in the window, I'd scream my head up, say, "Mom,
And I'm
I'm
sitting
over
here
here.
going,
over here,
hi, baby.
Mom!" Remember the tube? Look at me. Like, why
And
was
no,
that so cool?
this wasn't a thing. My phone wasn't a thing. I had 3 kids, so I had one sitting at the table with me talking, one over there somewhere climbing and hiding around, and the other one up there climbing and hiding around. So I'm constantly like, yes, honey, I know, right? Okay, she's over there. Okay, I found him. Constantly, you can ask anybody that saw me with my kids. My eyes were constantly wondering where they were at. You could be having a
Especially
conversation with me.
social. Well, we were very hi to everybody.
Everybody. So no, I don't
Hugging
care if you were
everybody.
another
I hugged all
adult.
my waiters as a little kid.
Right? I don't care if you were an adult. I don't care if you were my favorite person in the world to talk to. If I had my kids with me, I wasn't looking at you talking, and it wasn't to be rude, and you're sitting there going, eye contact would be nice. I would look at you on occasion, like, and I would continue the whole conversation, not skipping anything that you've said, participating 100%, but my eyes are constantly 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. One went to the bathroom. Okay, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. And if I ever got concerned about if I had all 3, it was 1, 2, 3, eyes on me, and the response had to be
1, 2, eyes on you.
And if I didn't hear all 3 voices saying 1, 2, eyes on you, it was like, again, 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. I needed to hear 3 little voices, 1, 2, eyes on you. And because a lot of people don't know hele mai, it's come here in Hawaiian, so I would say hele mai. And they knew that because I didn't say it in English, they were in a lot of trouble because it's like, oh shit, mom broke out the Hawaiian. Fuck. And then all three kids are here, and I'm like, here, now, cart. And all three of them would get by the cart and put their hands on a part of it, and we would continue about what we were doing because it was like, no, that needed to stop.
I remember one time at a Forbes, you guys want to let me say hi to my waiter or to our waiter and give her a hug. Cause you're like, it's dangerous. Like, because you guys always let me. You're like, but then you're like, it's dangerous. You can't like be hugging strangers.
Yeah, I mean, when you're little, tiny little, as a parent and even other adults, it's cute. But as you get a little bit older, it's like now it can become very dangerous because some people here are not here. And so that age bracket is a fetish. And it's like, no, I don't need you to be potentially giving somebody that's like that a hug and putting your image more into their head. Now they've felt you, they've smelled you and all that creepy shit. I don't need that to happen. And some of you might go, oh my God, that's kind of like, why would you even think that? Do you know the fucking world we live in? Are you paying attention?
I'm not a parent or a mom at any means yet, but I watch over kids, my little cousins, and I think it was my little brothers, and those thoughts are, and now with my little niece, like when every time other people are holding her, it's like that I have, like especially when we were at her party, I was like, who are you? Like, why are you holding my niece? What are you doing?
Well, it's a thing. I am grateful for both husbands. This one became an ex because, and it had nothing to do with the kids. He still is so fucking amazing with them. Yes, we're still trying to work on him giving time, especially to the one that's left in the house. We're still working on that. But he is now also understood and loved where he's at.
Yeah.
So he still shows up. He's never missed any of their events if he could help it. And when he couldn't help it, they understood because he's usually always shows up. So, he's always been present in that aspect. But we weren't connecting anymore because the person I have grown into and need to be is not the same person he fell in love with. And the man I fell in love with changed because I showed who I really was. And some people might question that, so I will answer that. My entire life, I never had the opportunity or chance to really be myself. I was either medicated or beat into submission to do what I was told to do and follow the rules, which some I started following and others I just, like I've said before, my give a fuck was busted and I really didn't give a fuck. I figured you're gonna beat me no matter the fuck what, so might as well just give you a real good reason to do so. And it fueled my anger and my animosity towards everything and everyone. I mean, for years, my own kids giving me a hug for an extended period of time irritated the shit out of me. And it wasn't because I didn't love them, it was because touch had always been negative at that point. It was never really, in my mind, genuine or good. So even though my heart felt the good and the peace in it, the memories I had up to that point were so negative towards it that it was just like, okay, enough. And I hated that I made them feel like there was something wrong with them. But it wasn't until I started healing, allowing myself to heal those parts, that I accepted their hugs better. And since then, it's like, no, we hug good, because I found the love and the peace and the joy in the hugs because they were no longer painful. They weren't hidden with lies or anything else. So it took a while, but now I love my hugs. Give me hugs. And if you are ever question if you actually gave me one, go ahead and give me one again. It's okay.
Dyson's the king of that.
He is the king of that. He doesn't always do it, but he has moments in the day or days where he's very affectionate, and he gets extremely pissed off if you do not return
But not
the
aggressive.
affection, and not in an aggressive
And-
way, in that playful, I'm going to repeat myself multiple times until you fucking respond. And it's like, but you have said I love you and good night 4 times between couch and door. And then he's like, I said I love you guys. It's like, we love you too. He's like, good night. And it's like, good night, baby. And then he's like, see you in the morning. Yes, you will. And then one more
Love
time as
you.
he's shutting the door, I love you. And because we've already said it like 6 times, he's like, I love you. And it's like, okay, we love you too. And then he finally shuts the door and goes. And it's like, God.
And then
But I
sometimes
love
he'll
it.
yell it
He will. I love it.
outside. Is that his thing?
He is amazing. I love it. But no, I mean, there are so many different ways I could have chose to go because of the hell I've endured. I love my ex-husband for who I needed him to be when I needed him to be. He saved me from my first marriage. He saved my kids from having to deal with an entire life of nothing but abuse. So I will be forever grateful to him for that, just like I'll be forever grateful to my first ex-husband for saving my life and for giving me 2 more beautiful children. So I have my gratitude, but because of who I am and who I need to be, it's too different from what the initial goals and future plans were for. And that's okay, because now I have found somebody, and that's a story in and of itself, that brings me true peace, and it hasn't changed. It's been unwaveringly consistent to the point where I haven't had a spiral in like my down on me spirals. I don't think I've had one in a couple months now. Like, I used to get so bad. I haven't tried to actively unalive myself in years. I haven't physically hit myself in a year and a half. But it hasn't been until very recently that I've quit with the thoughts of wanting to unalive myself. Mental health is a very real issue. The suicidal thoughts, and I'm gonna have to put a trigger warning.
Mhm.
What was I saying before I said I'm gonna need to?
Suicide is
Oh, suicidal
Yeah.
thoughts are no joke, man. It's no joke. When you're in that mentality, any and every little thing that even seems slightly, minusculely negative just further pushes down the spiral, and you are attacking yourself for every little thing, and every single thing that goes wrong is somehow your fault. It doesn't matter who it is, what it is, where it happened, when it happened. It is just that innate, it's my fault, and it's no good. But I haven't had that in what feels like forever. I'm at peace.
Yeah.
I feel, I mean, I'm me. I have my personality, but I don't feel angry. I feel calm. I feel relaxed. And even people who know me outside of my home are like, you seem different. You seem more just calm. And I feel much more calm. I don't feel on edge. Look at my baby girl. Look at my baby girl. He's so cute. You guys gotta see this. The dog. Oh. See, I know how to avoid getting my girl on camera. Look at, they're so cute. They're so adorable. You're my special girl. My special girl in the miracle baby, because honestly, my body truly tried to reject her ass. It's like, what are you doing pregnant again? We don't
Like,
want this.
we took precautions.
We took precautions against this. We didn't want this because your body barely handled the second one and you want a thirded one. And what are you doing? Shit you not. My medical record for that shit is long. I spent more time in the hospital than I did at home. I was sick and in pain all the time, but it's also because the IUD that was supposed to prevent that had ripped through my uterus and gotten stuck between a major artery and the ovary on that side. So as my stomach was growing, it was putting pressure on it. And in a way, it's a good thing I gave birth early, because it could, if it had put any more pressure on that artery, I would have bled out internally and died. And then she would have died. So that pregnancy was extremely complicated. My body didn't want her in it anymore. It was like, get this out, get it out. So we went to the beach. It was fun. I had my older two on floaties. It was wonderful. It was a sunny day. It was absolutely amazing. And I went home. And I know that when you swim or even take a bath, your coochie, ladies, don't lie, it gets full of water. I don't know how, well, yes, I do. It's a hole. It's an open hole, so water goes in it. But I mean, how it holds it, even when you sit up in the tub and you sit up all the way, you would think that it's all come back out, right? Yeah, no. Sometimes, even when after you towel dry, all of a sudden you just feel a little bit of wet come between your legs. It's like, I know I didn't just fucking pee myself. And then it's kind of warm, but not like pee warm. And it's probably just me because of having kids and surgeries and shit. But I'm sitting there fucking like, okay, I didn't drain all the tub water out. Okay, but in this case, it was beach water. So I was like, to be expected. Apparently, my vajayjay is like, here, we're going to hold on to this until she like giggles or laughs. And then we're going to sprinkle some of that salt water right back on out. And it's like, okay, number one, that's gross. And two, really? The fuck? You could have just left that all in the shower. That's why we took the shower. Get all this off and out. And no matter what I did, I kept leaking. And I was freaking out because I'm like, the fuck kind of sorcery is this shit? Do I need to just stay in the fucking bathroom until I'm done leaking fucking salt water from the goddamn beach? This is ridiculous. And then came the pain. Oh my God. It got so bad. I literally wanted to slam my head against a wall to make it stop. It was so bad. It was where I already had contractions with 2 other kids. I knew what the fuck contractions were, but this was, it felt like somebody was inside my stomach with a sharp ass blade cutting me from the inside out. It was horrifyingly excruciating. And so we went to the hospital. Come to find out, I was going into early labor because something with my body rejecting and the salt water and some kind of other shit had caused a hole in the sacs. So then she was coming early, which was good, because then a couple weeks later I went in and had the IUD and ovary removed. Boo. No, the ovary didn't get removed, just the IUD. I didn't get the ovary removed until later because it had cysts on it.
I was very, I wanted to be here.
And she wanted to die too.
Well, no, the universe wanted me dead, and I said no.
I shit you guys not. Okay, so there were 2 babies born the day before and 2 babies born same day. That were also in the NICU with her, and they sadly did not make it. But me, I was the bitch of those, and they're going, no, when the doctor says I can go home, she's going home. And the doctors and nurses laughed at me. They fucking laughed at me like, shit you not. They were like, I mean, it's so sweet that you have hope, honey, but, you know, we see this all the time. Babies under 5 pounds don't make it very well. Long story short, the day the doctor said I could go home, she went home. I'm like, don't fucking fuck with me, man.
I was very. I wanted life.
But then years later, she got the double ear infection that gave her Bell's palsy and Stevens-Johnson syndrome. And at the end of both of those, after she got better from both of those, she developed a very compromised immune system, which means if you go a chew in her direction, she's going to be sick for at least a week and a half. And that's putting it mildly. That's just on the low end of it. But if it's during the school year, you send her back to school for a week, and then she's sick for a week and a half. And then you send her back to school for a week, and then she's good for a couple weeks. And then she's sick for a week and a half, and it's like, she is so out of school that I am so impressed with how well she is advancing for the things she wants in her future already. And it's like, and this is a girl who's hardly ever there because she's sick all the time. And then you have school staff on occasion looking at you like you're deranged when you're like picking up your kid for the 5th time in 2 months. And finally you tell them, you know, the joys of having a child with a compromised immune system, at you sick. And then they're like, oh. And it's like, yeah, you were being judgmental and making assumptions now, weren't you? You try dealing with it. I don't find it very fun, especially when she gets so sick, she's puking half the damn time. And it's like, oh my God, child, are you okay? You know, we're both losing sleep. I'm losing sleep because I'm worried about her. She's losing sleep because she's sick. And it's like, oh, this isn't fun for anybody. I don't recommend it, but if you want to be judgy about it, you can deal with it. Have fun.
What time is it?
It is,
And why does it feel so late?
it's 1 in the morning.
No way.
Yeah, it's 1 in the morning.
Oh shit, bro! I thought like it felt like it was so late because my brain thought we started at 11:30.
No, we started at 12.
So I was like, I know it hasn't been that long, but it feels like it's been really long and it's super late right now.
Yeah, it's 1 in the morning.
Okay, I'm saying good night.
Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. All right, guys. With that being said, we want you to love yourself first and foremost because that is the most important thing you could ever do. And then love others because that is important too. So, with that being said, until next time,
On to the next.
take care of yourselves.
That reminds me of freaking earlier.